Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome back to your latest Chelsea news. Lots to talk about. There's a debate that's happening at the moment in regards to whether it's going to be Nkunku or it's going to be Nicholas Jackson for the upcoming fixture against Brighton. There's also a little bit of conversation in regards to Pedro Neto or Madueke. So two debates that are floating around on social media. Fabian Hurzeler of the Brighton manager has quite a lot of praise for Chelsea Football Club. So we're going to talk about all of that. Make sure you smash the like button right now. Right now, take a moment, smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. There's a lot to talk about in the latest Chelsea news. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get cracking. First up, Brighton head coach Fabian Hurzeler on Jackson. I think he's the full package. He wants to combine. Sometimes he's getting more space where he can combine with his teammates. He's also very fast. He can attack the defense. This mix, this balance makes him very dangerous for us. Of course, he's a top striker, and at the moment, he's in very good shape. So you can't defend against them in a 1-against-1. This is fantastic. Look, it's great to see that Fabian Hurzeler, who honestly, I think this guy's going to go places as well. Like he's for what he's doing with Brighton, and much like all the other previous Brighton managers as well. Like kudos to them for being able to do what they've done with such a small budget in terms of wages. I know Brighton spent a lot of money this particular transfer window, but they go out there and they purchase all these gems. It's not like they go out there and buy world-class level players. So kudos to their managers to be, and kudos to that, to that organization, to that football club to be able to do what they're doing in the Premier League, literally punching above their weight. So look, good to see Fabian Hurzeler seeing the notable strengths of Nicholas Jackson. And we've all said it on this channel, in the fan base, that overall, the skill set, the underlying skill set of Nicholas Jackson is always there. We know he's quick. We know he works really well off the left side as well. We know he works hard off the ball. We know he can dribble. We know he can link up. But the biggest issue we always had is, can he be consistent up front? And that's what we need to see. He's got 2 goals against West Ham and 2 fine goals as well. And now we just need to see that carry on. Now, no one's expecting 2 goals every game, but what we're expecting is at least a 7 or an 8 out of 10 performance on a regular basis. Now, that doesn't mean you have to score, you have to assist, but you're there, creating havoc. You're there playing for the team, and you're a key contributor for the team. There are too many times where he plays well, and then he'll go through a run of 4 or 5 games of doing nothing and dropping stinkers. So that is what he needs to eliminate. The question is, ladies and gentlemen, Nkunku or Nicholas Jackson in the upcoming fixtures, in the upcoming fixture against Brighton, and of course in the following fixture against Nottingham Forest as well. We've got a match in between against Gent in the Conference League. So I'm sure there will be minutes given to Nkunku, but is Nkunku going to be a starter? That is the big question. We're going to come back to that. Let's continue with more from Fabian Hurzeler. Brighton boss Fabian Hurzeler will not serve a touchline ban against Chelsea following his red card in last weekend's 2-2 Premier League draw with Nottingham Forest. I know what the fine will be, and I also know that I will be on the sideline against Chelsea. So we were all in the belief that he's actually going to be suspended, but looks like he's not. He will be on the sideline, which makes this particular fixture very, very juicy. I still believe we should go out there and win it. I'm confident that we're going to win it. Chelsea's going to win it. But not having him there was an advantage. However, now that he's potentially going to be in the sidelines, adds a little bit of spice. Brighton boss Fabian Hurzeler on Chelsea. On one side, you have to analyze them by what they do tactically, and they have good solutions with a great goalkeeper who starts trying to build the game from the back with his feet. Besides the technical things, they have great individual players, so you have to focus on not creating a mismatch and try to bring in players into personal duels that you think will be a good match. It's important to find a good solution with the ball. You can't go there to only defend. You have to have a lot of courage with the ball. I mean, this guy, you can see how well spoken he is. And this is the kind of setup that he has with Brighton, that 1v1. He loves to isolate players 1v1, one-on-one matchups. And he's already saying that, the matchups need to be correct. If the matchup is a bit of a mismatch, then Chelsea will dominate. Yes, it's a team sport, but then you have the 1v1 duels as well, which you have to win. This is what we've been harping on about at Chelsea, and some of the videos that I've done as well, that we need to win our duels. We need to win those second balls. And that is besides the point of the overall structure, the overall system, the overall philosophy. You got to do your job at an individual point. And if you don't do that, it's going to be sayonara, ladies and gentlemen. Now, in regards to that conversation between Nkunku or Nicholas Jackson, a little bit comment coming from Paul Merson over here. No disrespect to Christopher Nkunku, but his hat-trick in midweek came against Barrow, and it's expected of him to put these teams to the sword. I still prefer Nicholas Jackson. He's not a bad player. Last year, he was young and he had to play every week since they had no one else. His finishing was good against West Ham. I back him to get even better with time. This is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Look, the real picture is, before the West Ham game, a lot of people wanted Nkunku to start off the back of that goal against Bournemouth, winning goal from Nkunku. But of course, Nicholas Jackson started, had a very good game, and we can see why Jackson starts. He's got the workhorse ability as well. His link up is good. He can dribble well. He's got the pace. All of this stuff Nkunku has as well. There's no doubt about that. But for me, Nkunku, I feel like he's not an out-and-out number 9. He can be someone who can play as a second striker, but it's not that he can't perform as a number 9. Jackson is more out-and-out number 9. Now, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. For me, I guess on this occasion, how can you let go of Nicholas Jackson, who scored 2 against West Ham? You do need to let him continue against Brighton. And Brighton are a particular team. They will give you chances in the back. Brighton play good football, but they're not rock solid in defense. They're not compact all the time. They will give you chances in the back. They're just a bit open, because man on man, the quality at times is a bit of a mismatch, especially Lewis Dunk in the back. Yeah, he's a suspect and a half for Brighton. So Jackson will get his flowers. He will get those opportunities. Perhaps this is a match for Jackson. Who knows? But then again, I'm not talking down on Nkunku. Nkunku is very, very fine player. Of course, scoring a hat-trick against Barrow, and it is Barrow, but he's had a decent preseason. He's obviously got goal in the Premier League as well against Bournemouth. I don't mind either way. I really don't mind either way. But let's see. This is where it's very important for Nicholas Jackson to continue performing. And this is what's going to increase the level of Nicholas Jackson and also increase the level of Chelsea Football Club as well, because Nkunku will be fighting tooth and nail to get that position, to start, basically. So the competition is very healthy, and we shall see what happens. As I said, for me, maybe I'll go with Nicholas Jackson just because he put in a really fine performance against West Ham. And let's see, if he doesn't do well, then you best believe Nkunku needs to come back into the team. Now, a little bit in regards to Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto in Wolverhampton, I was going to play maybe 90% of the games. Here I have to work. It makes you even better. With the quality we have, no one can sleep. It's the mentality that I hope can take us to the top. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful from Pedro Neto. Understands that at Wolverhampton, he was a genuine starter. But at Chelsea Football Club, there's a lot of competition, and I cannot be sleeping. I need to be working hard to get my position. And that's the other debate at the moment, whether we play Pedro Neto, whether we play Madueke on that right side, is up for debate. Madueke, since that hat-trick against Wolves, kind of disappeared. However, he's similar to Nicholas Jackson. The underlying skill set is there. One of the biggest issues with Madueke is his decision-making in the final third really does desert him a lot. He's not always clinical with his decision-making, whereas Pedro Neto, I feel like, is a lot more cutthroat when it comes to the final third. So let's see what happens against Brighton. I would actually prefer Pedro Neto against Brighton. Once again, Brighton allows for a lot of room. Pedro Neto can manipulate all of that space that's going to get left behind by Brighton. And I feel like someone like Pedro Neto will be able to hurt Brighton a lot more. Then again, I won't be surprised if Madueke starts and bangs in another hat-trick because he's just that type of a player. Pedro Neto, everyone has their own characteristics. I would say that I like to play 1-versus-1. I'm fast. I like to create the game, and I like to create for other guys. I love that part. I like to create for other guys, and this is something that Madueke really needs to focus on. I will not change my way of playing. I want to enjoy the game even more. At the moment, I'm not at my best level, but I'm getting there, and I know I will arrive at my top form, and I will enjoy it. This is beautiful. Pedro Neto understands that right now he's not operating at his best. And this is why I feel maybe some parts of the fan base are having a go at Pedro Neto, which I find it quite strange, but each to their own. But he clearly has come out and stated publicly that he's not at his best at the moment. Wait, stay patient. He will get to that level. And once he does, you are not going to look back. Pedro Neto, as the coach has said, everyone will not play every game. I love how Enzo Maresca has set the rules and regulations, and he's upfront with all the players that you're not going to play every game. That's just the bottom line, because we've got a plethora of talent and everyone's going to need game time, and it's too difficult for everyone to start every match. This is why I'm so glad that we are, competing across many different competitions, Conference League, domestic cups, because everyone needs to play, and the more the games, the better it is. And I'm glad that Maresca is quite open about that. We have to work hard and make for ourselves and continue to do it every weekend, every training session, every game. It is the mentality that I hope can take us to the top. Fantastic comments from Pedro Neto. Now, Axel Desassi has a lot to say as well. Axel Desassi, when asked why Chelsea performed at such a high level despite making a wholesale of changes, this is very important. Generally, when you make all of those changes, the football is not the same, but the football still remained the same, albeit Barrow, but the fundamentals of the structure, the system still remain. It is because of the ideas of the coach and the tactics in training. We all train on the same system and all on the same tactics. So every player knows what they have to do in their position. That is why it is easy for everyone if we have a lot of changes. Everyone knows what they have to do. This is fantastic from Enzo Maresca. And this is what we've always wanted at Chelsea Football Club, that the system should be evident across all levels, whether you're the starting 11, whether you're the backup, whether it's people from the academy. Everyone needs to be on the same level so that when they do come into the first team and have to perform for the first team, that the performance and the level doesn't drop. So this is exactly what we aspire. This is what the great Barcelona teams, you see the players coming out from their academy at times, and it's seamlessly they're getting transitioned into the first team. Look at the Man City team, look at the Liverpool team. It doesn't matter who they change, they still operate the same way. This is exactly what Chelsea need to aspire, and I think Enzo Maresca is working on that, and Axel Desassi is talking about that. Desassi, sometimes when you play against a lower league team, you can become a little bit distracted, but the coach said that we have to stay serious and show everyone that Chelsea are a serious team that wants to win every game. I love it. And this is why Enzo Maresca post-match said, we're young, but we are serious. Go out there and send a message. This is the message that he wanted the players to send. And by God willing, we did. We did against Barrow, albeit Barrow should have been 6-7-0, to be honest, but 5-0, yeah, definitely a message. And Axel Desassi is talking about that indeed, that we're not getting complacent against no one. We're competing and we're going to show that we're serious every single match. He continues to say the tactics are clear and we have had good results, so everything is going well. The way we play shows the quality of all the players, because the idea is to put the player in the best position to perform and to be good. So we have done this during the last few games, and I hope that we will continue like this. This is fantastic once again, yeah. Looking at the strengths of each player and making sure they're in the right place to perform at the best of their ability, not exposing them of their flaws, in fact covering their flaws by the balance of the team. So this is once again great from Enzo Maresca, and Desassi is talking about this. And yeah, the challenges are coming. Brighton, Nottingham Forest, big game coming up in the Premier League before the next international break, and 2 home games. So far we've been doing really well away from home. let's see what we can do at home and continue in that vein. We get 2 more victories in the Premier League. I think we're going to be set up nicely post the next international break. And of course, there's that Conference League game in between, which we will like to win 100%. Desasi continues to go. Brighton have changed the head coach, but I think they are still a very hard team to beat. They have already beaten teams like Manchester United, so we know it will be a tough challenge for us. But the way that we have performed in the last games, we are confident going into this match. This is going to be honestly, this is going to be an exciting game. Brighton are no mug. Yes, they beat Man United, but these days it seems like everyone beats Man United. That's probably not a huge deal, but they've also drew against Arsenal as well at the Emirates. So Brighton are no Mickey Mouse, man. This is a good challenge. This will definitely show exactly what level we're in. And you get a victory against Brighton, which I hope we can, and I'm confident we can. This will go a long way. This will go a long way to give that belief that, yeah, perhaps we can do something special this season. Next up, Brighton head coach in regards to Fabian Hurzeler, in regards to Robert Sanchez. Chelsea have a great goalkeeper who starts trying to build up the game from their back, always with his feet. He's very good football player. Look, Robert Sanchez, one thing I've always mentioned when he did come from Brighton, that I said is a decent level goalkeeper from what I've seen from Brighton under Graham Potter. And one thing I've always said, his ball playing ability is a lot better than what he displayed last season. Shot stopping, I wasn't aware that he was, for the past couple of games, that he could be this good. So look, still a question mark. Still a question mark on Robert Sanchez. Not going to get too carried away. It is just a couple of games where he's done really well. Want to see consistency. Want to see at least the next 10, 15 games of solid consistency until we can say, yeah, okay, we are confident that he should be the goalkeeper. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is the latest in Chelsea news. Let me know your thoughts about Nkunku or Jackson, Pedro Neto or Madueke, and all the things that Fabian Hurzeler has commented on in regards to Chelsea Football Club. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya.